Live?
We're live.
What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf-Brother-Methos Cushionado from the channel Frost and Fist, and welcome to this video. This is going to be a post-Christmas hobby video. We're just going to hobby and paint along with, chill and chat while we work on some of our models together, and we invite you to do the same. Go grab your brushes, your models, anything else you want to do during this chat, and we just look forward to hanging out with you while we do it. The amazing guy over there in the glowy headphones and the orange room is...
I am glowing. Freak. What's going on, guys? And new brother.
And the other amazing guy covered in tattoos is... It's our brother Richard over at the Nerd.
Today might be a mute.
That was a perfect intro.
That was yeah.
One take, guys. One take. All right, so
I don't know if Richard's having
this guy is Richard over at the Nerd Life. He has his own channel on YouTube. You can go check that out. Man does amazing things. Used to be Richard, tell us a little bit about your channel.
Can't hear you, brother. You're muted if you can hear us. I love technology.
That explains that in the intro, though.
Yeah. That was gold. Yeah, I can't hear you, brother.
Hear me now?
Hey, yay!
Yes.
Problem is, I don't know where I am.
Oh, you're right there.
Oh, there we are. I can see you again. You're back. Yay.
All right, so to do that over again, this amazing guy covered in tattoos is...
Richard from the Nerd Life.
Richard, why don't you tell him a little bit about your channel, my man?
Well, it's a channel that's been dead for a while. Probably last year, maybe I uploaded 1 or 2 videos over the whole year.
Not dead, it's in hiatus.
Yes.
Hiatus.
It's on sabbatical.
There we go. It was taking a nap.
Yes.
So I am starting it over again. Well, not over again. I'm just going to get back into it in the new year. I decided I'm going to do it and jump right back in.
Sweet.
It is going to strictly be a hobby channel. Like last time, I did a lot of hobby and personal stuff. But ultimately, I want to leave the personal stuff out of it just because.
That's a lot of pressure, too, to do hobby and personal.
Yep.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And my goal is just to do, if anything, just do 1 to maybe 2 videos a week. That's it. Just to enjoy it. And just like an update or whatever I'm doing. So.
I feel that, my man. I would really like to get as consistent as 1 or 2 a week as well.
Yeah, like last
life gets away. Yeah.
Trying harder and harder to do multiple videos every week, and that wasn't happening. So
yeah, there can definitely be a point of too much.
Yeah, it'll be mainly about what stuff I'm working on for me, and then commissions I'm doing, building and painting and things like that, and then hobby supplies that I get in from my hobby store, which I still have. It's just small and more of a special order store right now. But,
right. So that's a great thing that's a great point to build up, is that you may not have the website, thenerdlife.com anymore, but you still run the business, right?
Yes, I do.
How can they get a hold of you if they want to order some awesome hobby supplies?
You want to order, you can do 1 of 2 things. Like if you're on Facebook, you can friend me on Facebook. Or you can look up the Art by Richard on Facebook as well. That's my kind of my art page and all that stuff. I do a lot of stuff through there. Or you can even email me at nerdlife@gmail.com as I stumble over all that.
He's the originator, not the imitator. Just saying.
Not only can you get amazing hobby supplies at a good price from this man, you can also get commissions if you check out his business that way. Guys, most of my Forge World models get built by this man. My Imperial Knights get built by this man. Basically, if it's too complex for me to feel like dealing with, to get sent to this man.
Matter of fact, I have a build right here for a young man that I'm looking at right now. It's another Imperial Knight.
Oh yeah.
God.
And
That
I
is going to
love-
be a really cool project because that is a gift from Big Mech Dan Skull.
Oh, nice. Well, I really like how I posed it. Made me kind of jealous. I don't want to give it to you, but I'm going to have to.
Yeah, that pose is so boss. And that is another thing, ladies and gents. If you send him a commission, he's going to do more than just give you the basic unless you specifically say, hey, I just want the basic build. But if you don't, this man loves to hook up awesome poses. You know, he loves to do custom jobs. Another thing, not just is he good at builds, but you want to do some freehand or stencil work. I told him that a Leviathan Dreadnought body is, you know, a little plain, and I wanted to spruce up the body something special with some Celtic scroll work. And it's, of course, not going to show in the lighting here, but Celtic scroll work all down by Leviathan done by the Nerd Life. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Freak and I don't buy our paints.
We can talk about it and discuss it. I showed these last year, but if people are curious about my freehand work, there's that. It's for a Warlord Titan, a piece of chest armor. I painted that on there. A couple cherubs.
That's so amazing.
For one of the shields on the Titan is this right here, a Grim Reaper. So,
man, that's phenomenal work.
That's what I do, man. And I liked it a lot. And definitely, I'm looking to get more commissions in. So just holler at me.
Holla.
And I'm like I said, I'm reasonable price too.
That
he really is.
Yep.
After all, if you weren't reasonably priced, I couldn't afford to send him like every model I don't feel like putting together.
That's almost every model.
Yeah, I would really much rather paint than assemble.
Indeed.
All right, so that's a little bit about the nerd life. We're going to go into our usual hobby catch up, except we're going to skip one step before we get there because there might be something that affects your hobby this week. Let's talk about our post-Christmas loots. Ooh. In fact, let's take this moment. Everyone, I hope you had an awesome Christmas. Over here at the Frosted Fist, I know Freak had an amazing Christmas. I had an amazing Christmas with my family. Richard, I hope your Christmas was awesome. How was yours?
It was awesome, man. It was a really good Christmas. Just family stuff, hanging out with the family. I mean, anytime you do that, that's for me is the best.
So true, dude. So
winner chicken dinner. Awesome. Do you guys get any special projects to work on for Christmas?
No. Okay, so this is the first Christmas that I specifically told my family I didn't want anything 40K or anything hobby related, and that's for a reason. I figured, between you and me, we probably wound up exchanging, stuff, but I just didn't want to get hit by more hobby stuff, mainly because I have a tub of stuff right now behind me, actually, on the ground, full of resin and plastic and you name it.
He is beginning to feel the weight of the shelf of shame.
I'm like trying to hold it up. It's just way too much. Oh yeah, dude, it's bad, real bad. So, but the cool thing about it all is that it's allowing, now that I'm out of school, and I'm working, really decent hours, it's given me, opportunity to be able to knock out what I've already had on my list to do all along. So, but yeah, as far as my Christmas loot, okay, first of all, let me just say I had a great Christmas. All right. Aside from the really cool stuff, the cool stuff that I got, I'm going to share with you some of the really neat things that happened. So my daughter, my youngest daughter, did a reveal. She's pregnant, and they did a reveal. Come to find out, she's going to have a girl. Really, really excited.
That is awesome.
Awesome, man! Congratulations.
Add to that, on Christmas Eve, that we found this out during that night, and all of a sudden, her boyfriend stood up while she was sitting down, got down to his knee, and proposed to her right then and there. I'm like, holy crap! I was filming the whole thing, and I'm like, I'm not crying, you're crying.
That's awesome, dude. Congrats.
Oh man, dude, yeah,
dude.
If I'd got anything, that would have been the best present ever, because I like the guy. He's a really swell guy, just good people, just perfect, man.
I only met him for a few minutes, but he seems like a swell guy.
Oh man, he is amazing. Now, aside from that, I did get some pretty cool stuff. So my girls, they all, including my wife, they all got together and they pitched in and got me a VR system. I've been wanting a VR system for a long time, but I didn't want some cheap rinky-dink thing. But I didn't want to pay, out of the nose to it, And so they all got together and pitched in and got me the it's called the Asus mixed reality. The Asus mixed reality VR system, and I really wasn't sure of the quality. I read some reviews and I saw that it was really, really good. But compared, because my brother has the HTC Vive, which is a really amazing VR system, and I just wasn't sure how comparable. Well, man, I tell you what, I am really, really impressed, and it was only at a fraction of the cost. So I was like set. Then because I'm a musician and like to play guitar and keys and all that stuff. Well, one of my other daughters got me, the one who just got proposed to, got me a really cool chorus pedal for my guitar. So and it sounds sweet. Of course, the name of the chorus pedal is called Wet Dreams. So,
hey, we got James Meeks and Who Took My Dice Steve in the chat.
Woohoo! Hey guys.
Hey, how y'all
James
doing,
says,
man?
"What's up, my brother?" What up, James? And Steve says, "Technology is the best, isn't it? Though,
yeah.
When it's working well, it is a wonderful thing. When it is not, man, it makes you want to beat someone with a shovel."
Ask me later. Ask me later about technology. Been a fight all summer getting my kids off of it.
Anything interesting you want to talk about in your Christmas experience, Richard, my man?
Really, I didn't get a lot of hobby stuff at all. Yeah, I didn't. Nothing really hobby related. I did get a replacement Xbox One controller because
what controller?
Somebody, huh?
What kind of controller?
An Xbox One controller.
Nice.
That's a replacement. I've already gone through 3 this year.
Oh,
and
are they chew toys?
No, I'm not throwing it at the screen. I have a dog who's a jerk.
Oh, oops.
Jerk dog.
Yeah. And then I got Fallout 76. I'm really excited for that.
Wait, you did what?
That's awesome.
Fallout 76.
Okay.
Online Fallout game.
Yeah, I know a lot about it. We'll have to talk offline. Just
okay.
Just let the man enjoy it, dude.
Yes.
Just let the man enjoy it.
I will.
What did I do with my bright silver? Here it is.
See, I'm so used to using my visor to paint these things, and I can't do it with this headset. Well, I can't do it with this headset thing. And I already look like a.
You look total RoboCop if you have on the visor and the headset at the same time.
No, not RoboCop. More like total moron.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
No, you just want me to put that on so you can laugh at me.
What?
No. Yeah, see? Sure. I know how you are. You know about my life.
James Meeks got a new airbrush for Christmas, and I have seen some of his work up on the Miniatures Paintbrush Legion, and it is looking so clean. Like he's doing some Space Wolves with it. He showed me some Zenithal highlights, and then he put down his Fang Blue. Not Fang Blue, the Rust Blue on top of it. Yeah. Man, that looks good. It looks real good. Very clean work, dude. I am got him. I am currently working on bits and pieces of my night because I've been trying to get that finished up lately. And Freak, what are you painting right now?
Hey, speaking of night, I am painting night. The lighting is horrible. Good Lord. Anyway,
I
it's
thought
really
you intentionally made the room kind of a dark yellow color so that way, you know, it would match your Imperial fists.
no. That's just bad computer lighting. So anyway, I'll be posting pictures later, but this is the very first night I've ever worked on. So this is, of course, the canopy. So far, I mean, even in this really sucky lighting, wow, that is just horrible. There's
For us
nothing.
have seen it like in close-up photos, it is a beast. It is bad.
Yeah.
Man, it is awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, it's my first attempt at working on a night. Of course, it's going to be a house hawk shroud, and I'm really excited how they're turning out. I've already did the zenithal paint on it, the highlighting and the shading, and I've impressed myself how really nice it's turned out. So now I'm kind of doing the metallics on the pieces here, and then I'm going to go to glue them once I've done. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. This is one of the things I've been wanting to work. I told Methos that as soon as I was finished with those freaking aggressors for that commission, that I was just going to throw. I have like a few other, like maybe I think it's about 8 more models left, but they're like there's some tech marines and lieutenants, some Primaris lieutenants there, and I want to say a librarian and a chaplain, or no, a librarian and an apothecary. Anyway, I wanted to throw some base coating on it and highlighting, shading on it, and that's it. Just put them aside for now. Work on mine, and then once I finish this night, I'm just going to jump on and finish the rest of the commission, which won't take me long to do. So pretty stoked right now about it. So yeah, that's what's going on. What you working on, Methos?
All right. Yeah, I mentioned just a few minutes ago, piece of my night.
Really?
Yeah.
A piece of it or all of it?
No, I mean, well, so right now I've got everything I want done for my first loadout for my night, which is Battle Cannon and Thunderstrike Gauntlet. And it came out pretty awesomely. I wanted to finish it up this weekend and do the lava. You know, I can tell I went in with my primary color and then the hot spots of white. And then I went to go put my hot orange on top of it and realized I don't own any hot orange. For some reason, I thought I did, but yeah. So my regular loadout is done. I love the way it's looking so far. I think it's a lot of cold colors, blue and black. So I think the contrast of the warm colors from the lava will make it pop a lot. So that's pretty much done. So right now I'm just trying to, while I'm waiting to do the lava effects, I'm just doing up some of the alternate weapons like the thermal lance thing, the melt gun option, the assault gun option, the chainsword. Even though I don't know why I would ever take this one, when the amazing claw that Richard made for me looks so fantastic, but it'll be cool.
Bjorn got an upgrade.
Oh, and Bjorn got an upgrade, so that's something for a future project. So here I have my Bjorn that Richard helped me convert up. He did all the work, put the True Claw on this Redemptor Dreadnought, because I felt like I got the double las cannons magnetized on the Redemptor Dreadnought here. So that basically Bjorn could get a bigger body, because I felt like the oldest, most venerable Dreadnought, the one who went toe-to-toe with Magnus and kicked his tail. I mean, I really felt like he deserved to be bigger than the standard box Dread. So I dreamed up the idea. I told Richard what I wanted done for the conversion, and he's like, I got you. And then he did it.
I got you, homie.
Okay. Richard, what you working on, my brother?
I am all over the place right now. Right this very moment, I am painting a Reaver. A while back, I wanted to do, when the Primaris came out, I was wanting to do some Primaris, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I want to do them for my 11th Legion army that I'm trying to make for 40K, or if I
Hail
want to do
Hydra.
just something completely different. And so I decided to go for not my typical create my own chapter. I decided to do one for the actual lore. So I did Size of the Emperor. So I'm just
Sides
working
of the
on
Emperor. You don't hear much about those dudes.
Yeah, I wanted to bring them back. I like that and Freak's yellow. His yellow just gets me. So I just have to paint yellow too. It makes me feel so good.
He does do some amazing yellow work.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on a little cult guy, the guy from Tooth and Claw, painting him up for fun.
Nice.
Working on the big project I'm working on right now is a Macarius dreadnought. I mean a Macarius tank for my Death Corps of Krieg army.
That Macarius is a big old boy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're definitely doing it justice, man. You're doing a great job on it.
The turret just got done. I finished all the weathering on the turret now, so I gotta start doing the body here in a little bit. There's that beast right there.
That's pretty awesome.
And then I'll also be working on this guy, the quartermaster guy from the Death Corps. I just started him the other day too, so now I just got to go back and do some more of the detailing and stuff.
Nice.
Which will kind of end up in the long run looking like these guys. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Your Death Corps guys all look pretty badass, dude.
Again, it's that yellow. I want to do yellow because I like a Firefly, and they call them the brown coats. So I want to do yellow coats. That's what my guys are called, the yellow coats.
Other things that are being worked on my end. I have this really cool, awesome robot guy that Freak got me for my birthday, and it is really cool looking. It is called an Iron Circle something or other. Now, Freak picked it up thinking it to be an AdMech unit, but I will still continue to use it as an AdMech unit since Iron Striders are 30K units. But that, I've got a Zenithal highlighted, and I am not showing my picture for some reason.
Yeah, you're frozen a little bit. Oh, no.
No signal, why?
We hear you. I can't hear you, Al.
There we go.
Sorry about that. I was watching Methos mesmerizing Dot talking to me.
Lars, what's up, my brother? So, Freak thinking this was an AdMech unit picked it up for my birthday, which it still looks awesome and badass. And with the look of an Iron Circle guy, you can kind of see where he would get the idea that it looks AdMech-y. Okay. But I am definitely going to use this in my AdMech army, and I'm probably going to run him as the Malay fist version of the Castellan robots, because he's about the right size, he's the right base size, and he kind of has the look and build already. And the shield can just reflect their 4-up invul save against ranged attacks, and the hammers will do pretty much the Castellan power fist damage. And I can paint up a little glowy OSL on the hammer to make it all glowy and cool, because I like doing that with the airbrush. But it's all Zenithal highlighted up and ready for me to lay down my AdMech purple.
Yeah, looks really good, man. It turned
out
a lot better. Man. That's a big old boy too. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah. He is. Ooh. Check this out. This is with my Contemptor leaping off a big rock. They're almost identical. So that's pretty cool. Beefy boy. I saw somebody make some stats for the Iron Circle in 8th edition. Those might be interesting to try out one day too. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lars. That's a Iron Warriors 30K model. Thank you. I think he looks pretty cool too. So
yeah, I really like those models in general. I just want to get one just because.
Yeah, they've always looked awesome. In fact, I've seen them in other people's armies before, and I've been like, man, I want to take one of those. So now I've got one. I think it's on the tabletop. It's going to be good too because having one Castellan that's a melee guy, because quite frequently the way people shut down my gun line is by running up and either tying up or smashing, the Castellans to pieces. But with this, I'll be able to get those Castellan fists into action. I'll probably keep him in front of the 2 shooty ones and use that to, kind of screen them off and be able to do some melee retaliation. And it'll keep at least, hopefully, one turn people off my shooty Castellan robots, Because once they shut down the robots, that's a lot of Dakogon. Opens up a big vulnerability for me. He's got this giant double heavy bolter on his shoulder. I figure I can run that as the phosphor blasters. Him being the melee unit, I'd probably rather run him as a flamers, and I probably should have magnetized that because I've got some spare Castellan flamers, but it'll be all right. It looks closer to a machine gun style like the phosphor blasters, anyways. So, and then of course the last thing I'm working on is, of course, I've got this Tau commission I'm doing, and I've got all of my infantry guys all Zenithal highlighted, so they're ready for some paint now. So I got a lot of projects I'm on right now.
Yeah, you do. I'm excited for them. Can't wait to see what they do.
I know. It seems sinful for Wolf Brother to be painting up Tau.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that.
One of us. One of.
It's how the Tau pull you in.
That's how it starts. I'll paint these up for you, buddy. Sure. Next thing you know,
for the greater good.
That's right.
All right, so we've got our Christmas stuff. Oh, my Christmas stuff, by the way, tabletop wise, I got some hobby knives. I got a Storm Wolf from my brother-in-law Hunter, who you guys may have seen on the channel a little earlier. That's pretty awesome. So now I can stop proxying my Storm Fang as a Storm Wolf and actually take a Storm Wolf onto the field. Maybe I could even run both flyers. So that'll be cool.
God.
Freak, you'll love it. Don't worry about it. Storm Fang and Storm Wolf just hovering on his back line, shooting stuff up and dropping off Wolfen. Freak's going to have a good time.
Yeah. I'm laughing on the inside.
Make sure you tell Hunter thank you.
Yeah, well, he's kind of had me coerced to actually, get that delivered to you. So I looked in that box. I'm like, oh God.
And then didn't come in. I'm sorry, he didn't make it.
Somehow it disappeared.
I was really going to blame it on UPS or UFPS. I don't know what happened. Dog ate it.
Gosh, I've had enough problems with them.
Yeah, you need both.
And then the other really cool thing is my lovely, lovely wife got me Starlink for the Switch. So this new Star Fox game where you can build your ships and stuff like that. And
cool.
It's really cool because it gives me kind of a Warhammer feel of being able to put together ships and stuff like that. And you get to customize your weapons, you get to customize everything, your pilots, your wings. It's just really cool, and that's been a lot of fun. I've only played like the first 30 minutes or so, but I'm having a blast with it. And she got me the starter set, and she got me an extra ship and an extra gun and an extra pilot. So that's pretty cool. And that is a collectible game, so you can keep customizing and building up new ships and stuff like that. So that may be another crack addiction, because I need more of those, right?
As if there wasn't enough.
Never enough.
All right, so we have gone through our updates, what we're working on, Christmas updates. Now, we've talked about what we're currently working on as a hobby update, but what about our hobby hangups? Have you guys had any trouble with anything in the hobby lately? Anything at all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like 10 minutes ago.
Like 10 minutes ago? What happened to you, Richard?
Push the button so you can join the call. Okay. Oh, dump the paint all over the table. Oh, son of a. That didn't make me sad or anything.
Oh, sweet. Lars got Blackstone Fortress.
So no lie, right? I'm trying to set up the call, and I'm like, okay, we've already did a test run, and I'm like, Methos, he's not on. He goes, no, I don't see him. So I'm texting him, come on, Cletus.
Yeah, I waited for it to pop up. I was like, oh, it pops up. I'm like, okay, cool. I have my laptop up on something, thank goodness.
Yep.
Forgot there was a paintball right there.
All of a sudden. Yep. His
Luckily, it only landed on one model.
Yeah, his face came up, his image picture of, and he's like, yeah.
That would have been great for the first time anybody sees me on this. Like, hey, it's Richard. Like, nope, that guy's scary as hell. I'm out of here. Gotta go, guys.
Almost done assembling the model. So Lars got Blackstone Fortress, which has some really cool models. That little iron, what are they called? The iron, Men of Iron. That little Men of Iron guy looks pretty awesome. I have to say, I'm not a Chaos guy, but that Chaos champion with the hammer looks so cool. I almost want to convert him up to a Space Wolf because of that. He's got this really cool striding forward with his hammer pose that's like, I'm about to handle some business,
That's pretty cool.
Like, I almost hear Roddy Piper's voice, as he's walking up telling me he's about to kick ass and chew bubblegum. Oh, Lily just finished the quote. She's so awesome. That's plus 50 DKP, babe.
Yeah.
So I'm not even interested in the board game per se, but I really want to get some of those Blackstone Fortress models just to use or convert them up to something else.
I wonder if they'll do like they did for Rogue Trader, if they'll be able to transfer those over to actually into 40K. Supposedly you can bring the Rogue Trader figures into 40K too.
Oh, seems reasonable, especially since it'll help them sell more of those models. You know what they could sell some extra models of if they made one.
Here it goes.
Anyways, we're not going to get there yet. I've got a segment for that.
Okay.
Anyways.
I'm just very like.
Apparently, those models already come with 40K data sheets, Richard.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
That is pretty interesting. What's another model I want to almost want to pick up to convert, aside from that Chaos Champion from Blackstone, is that new Chaos Lord World Claimer. That spear he has just looks so great. If you guys have watched the channel for a while now, I like models with spears. I've got a couple of my cavalry modeled with spears, or magnetized with them anyways, just because I like the look. And the one from World Claimer looks great. You know, mine is the heretical symbols on the blade, you know.
I don't know. You seem to be leaning more into the heretical crap. I don't have to worry about you.
I just think they gave the hammer guy an awesome pose, and I like the spear from this dude. Trust me, I got no interest in starting a Chaos Army, even though I like the Horus Heresy Dark Angel books.
Well, that's how it starts, man. That's how it starts.
Is my camera off again?
Yeah.
God dang it.
Yep. Oh, there you are. How
You're just too pretty.
Right.
You're too pretty. The camera can't take it.
Camera says, I can't do it. He's too much for me.
It's too much.
You are bad.
Sorry. I have my daughter came to rescue me.
Oh, man.
I don't know why my camera keeps shutting down.
Is it charged?
Yeah, it's charged, babe.
What, your phone camera?
You're just too much. I'm telling you.
Is your camera phone, dude?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you tell it who's boss, man. Yeah. Look, Mr. Camera. I'm boss. I am Methos Kushinada, Wolf-Brother-Methos. And you listen to me.
Freak, you got any hang-ups lately?
Hang-ups? I am a hang-up.
Yep.
I am the quintessential hang-up. No, man. I keep dropping stuff. Like, okay, Richard drops paint. I drop models. I mean,
that's all day, every day with me.
It just can't stop. Like my fingers turn to butter, and they're like, okay, all right. At one point, I'm like, okay, I got this. I haven't dropped it. Oh, there goes the arm. Oh, there goes.
No, I am guaranteed to drop every model I paint at least once.
And that just irks the fire out of me. I get so frustrated. I find out like, okay, you know what? I need to go to bed. I've had it.
I have had to go back and pin so many arms and hands in place because of dropping models.
That's exactly right. Next thing you know, yeah, I got the pin vibes. Like, what drill you son of a bitch. You know, it's like, come on, stay together, man. It's just irritating. But hey, you know, it is what it is.
Part of the hobby, brah.
Yeah, it is. You know. Oh, what's cool though? Hey, it's still something here. You know, guys know I got a 3D printer. My daughter was actually helping me paint one time, and she had a whole bottle of what is it? The Flesh Shade, right? Recklin's Flesh Shade, and this is what's left of it, right? Because she dumped almost the entire thing in there. Yeah, all over. I'm like, really? But then again, she's really clumsy to get out. I mean, she'll admit anyway, she's just clumsy. So,
hey, who else though would help you base that many models?
Yeah, it's true. She's really good at it. So anyway, I decided, you know what? I need something like this.
Hashtag worth.
This little guy right here has saved me a minute. Because what happens is, you know, when the bottle gets to about halfway or maybe, you know, less, then the top becomes really heavy. It becomes top heavy. So it becomes very easy to topple over. Because this, I'm not going to lie, this whole flip cap that the GW puts, I mean, this thing it's pretty stout. So there, you know, so it's not going to move around. It's nice and solid. You can keep it from.
I don't know. I still would have knocked that over.
You would make sure, huh? You're like, all right, I could do that. I could take that out.
Hey, Will from For the Czar has just joined us. Woo! What up, my brother?
Hey.
Lars says a good hobby hang-up is dropping stuff in the dust when you have wet paint or glue. Oh man, that sounds so aggravating. You know, I've done that with when I've been priming before, especially when I've done spray can primer. You know, and we have some crazy wind here in Texas sometimes. So sometimes I'll go to spray something and with the primer, and the wind will just whip that model right off my piece of cork. And sometimes it goes rolling in the dust. I get so pissed. I got to strip it all and start over.
I hate too. Here's another one. You open up those bottles, the little Games Workshop bottles.
Yep.
And you have to pop them open. And there's a paint around the rim. You don't realize you have paint on your finger. You go to grab your mini you're painting.
Oh, no.
Yes, all over it.
I have done that before.
Yeah, that makes you want to punch somebody's grandma. I mean, that really will screw you.
Did you start to say paint somebody's grandma?
Yeah, I started to. I did.
You did.
I imagine.
I'm gonna paint your grandma.
Oh, I'm imagining a Titanic scene. Paint me like one of her little French girls.
I'm picturing him going over to somebody's house with a giant paintbrush saying, "It was your grandma."
I'm mad. I'm fixing to paint your grandma. Wish.
You know why I would imagine that? It's a disturbing place up here, okay?
You should warn somebody.
Dude.
Hold
on. Where's the phone?
Yeah, warnings. That's just too much. But no, man. And yeah, speaking of, getting dust, right? So I use my airbrush to do just about everything except for the detail work. And of course,
Hold on.
I've got dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've got I've got a long-haired one, right? The shepherd. And you're painting, I'm like, oh, okay, looks good. And then, I put my visor on, magnifier visor, and I'm looking at it, okay, oh God.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, there's Marley hair all over. This got more hair on my model than the dog does.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've had that many a time too.
Oh.
Marley's helping.
Right. What? You getting all your hair on and everything. You're like, I'm not looking at you. I refuse to look at you.
Will says he's trying to get himself motivated. What you trying to get motivated for, my man? Do some painting or hobbying?
Go outside.
Freak, looking at your little device, James Meek says that looks like a lifesaver.
Oh, this little thing here? Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's already helped me because I've come pretty close to knocking stuff over myself, and it's a really simple pattern. If anybody, here's the thing I'm gonna tell you right now: if you know somebody who's got a 3D printer, tell them to go to Thingiverse and get you to print one of these. Man, 3D printers are cheap now. You can get them for less than $200. But yeah, this little joker has saved my butt so many times.
I want to get one.
Yeah, I'll print you one, man. So let me tell you.
And
speaking of 3D printed, man, the thing I love most that you 3D print are those little vehicle wound counters, man. They come in so handy.
Yeah, you have one of those handy? Because mine's in my box. I don't think I have
no, mine's in my backpacks only.
So it's the only time they don't come in handy.
Okay, so here's what it looks like. Let me see. I think I got another one here. This is an old one. Okay. So this one's kind of messed up, but basically it looks like this. Yeah, so you can see. There you go. Ta-da.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome, Mike Tyson.
I'm gonna bite your ear off.
Man, I agree so much with the guys in chat right now. Will says, Will from the Czar says his address is 125 Any Lane. That man is ready to get him some 3D printed work. Lars says cleaning up mold lines and sprue connections are his least favorite things. That's his hobby hang up. And man, I agree so much.
Well, I think everybody hates
I swear every time I think I've gotten all the mold lines, I'll put down another layer or two of paint to realize don't you hate when you think you're almost done with the paint job and you find a mold line.
Yep.
And you're stuck with that decision. If I scrape it off, I'm going to damage the paint.
Yep.
But if I leave it, it's going to bother the heck out of me.
Or you can get over it, but as soon as you show it to someone, they're going to be like, hey, dude, the mold line.
Yep.
And you're like, oh.
And then you go paint his grandma.
Like one of your little French girls.
Who told you about my French girls?
And your grandma's. What do you do when you don't have
Grandmas? Go to grandpa.
Will says 40K and 1812 Napoleonics. James Meek says I get beard hair on my models all the time.
Yeah.
He's got an epic beard. So, yeah, it's almost as epic as yours there, Richard.
Of a fellow epic beard man.
Right.
You ever have the problem when you're eating a sandwich and you go to take a bite of it and there's a hair in your sandwich? You're like, oh, crap. You look down, the hair's not there. You're like, oh, it must have fell out. You go to take another bite and it's there again. You look down. After the third time, you realize it's your own beard hair. You're pulling up in your mouth every time.
Good. That's pretty funny.
I swear I'm tasting a hair every time.
Yeah.
I was just getting my mouth. Where is it? Who did this to me? Subway?
Struggle is real.
The struggle is real. Not that I know anything about that, because with my little clipped goatee. But hey, this is the most I've been allowed in the last 10 years working in security, okay?
It's so true. See, I dropped it. I did it again. I just dropped it.
I mean, not that I'm appreciating your struggle right now, Freak, but I'm just glad it's not only me. I thought Nick's nickname for me of Butterfingers Mythos, I thought that was going to stay forever, but apparently, several people dropped their bottles.
You're passing on the mantle.
Yeah. The mantle of... Damn it!
Color am I going to do this?
I don't know what to do with that.
I love background noises.
Right? Sound like a jungle.
That's what you need. That's what you're missing out. Dead exhaust.
I need to get some Vallejo Gold from you.
Oh, yeah, that stuff's awesome.
Okay. Right.
Oh, Will, the French girls where? So that...
Okay, so this stuff
So
right
Freak
here...
earlier said something makes him want to punch someone's grandma, but he started to say, makes me want to paint someone's grandma. So I just assumed that he meant, like on Titanic, he wants to paint someone's grandma like they're like his little French girls.
Why? Why'd you go there? That changes the whole dynamic. I mean, that's not what I meant. I mean, like literally take a brush and just take that, grandma.
I don't need to know what you call your little man.
I call him little man. So disappointing.
Harold.
Disappointing.
All right. So, yeah, I know that feeling, Will. He says work says he can't wear a beard anymore. Yeah, 10 years in security, and until I got to the corporate level, I couldn't wear mine either. And, man, that was a sad day when I had to shave it off. It had become kind of part of my identity. So I was so glad when they said I could have it back. Thanks, guys.
Gave everybody hugs. I'm going to go paint your grandma.
Did you ever wonder why they said you could have it back?
Oh, just because I moved up to a corporate level position, and they said, okay, you're not in uniform anymore. You can grow your, facial hair or whatever. So I was like, all right, I have it grown before we are out of this conversation. And just camera pans away and pans back to me, and just Goatees there.
It's almost like those tear off pants, you know.
Tear off chins.
Yeah.
Tear off chin. All right, our next topic. Freak, you're an upcoming wolf player.
I am. I'm pretty excited about it.
And Richard, my man, you're just a model enthusiast, right?
Yep.
Including Space Wolves, like one of your dudes for your night house trained with Space Wolves, right?
Yep.
So as fellow Space Wolf enthusiasts, what do you guys think of the new Space Wolf model for 30K of all Red Blade?
Okay. Okay. I love the model itself overall. I think it's got a great pose. I love how beefy he just looks.
Yeah, Tartaros Terminator armor just looks fantastic.
Yeah,
and you mix that Tartaros with the wolf pelt and the head on one shoulder.
Yep.
I think the armor looks badass.
Yes.
The pose looks badass.
Amazing. Now, let's move on from the neck up, and it's like, get in my belly.
Yeah, he looks like Fat Bastard in the face, for real, though.
He does. Like, I mean, I call him Down syndrome guy. No offense to, Down syndrome, but I mean, that's the face. It's like, it's like.
I've had a lot of people talk about recent heads on figures that are just like Gabriel Angelos, the dude from Dawn of War 3 or whatever it was, 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
His head looking like Frankenstein. And then now this one I don't agree with. Amon from the Thousand Suns. I like that head. It was fun to paint. I painted it. It looks cool. Somebody doesn't like it.
Yeah, okay, look, you're always going to get a few people that are not going to like, I think we're changing the topic suddenly.
I mean, yeah, everybody's got different flavors. I mean, if, Amon's head looks good to you, rock it. And you probably did a better job painting it than even Forge World did, because you do some really amazing faces.
I appreciate that.
I personally, just judging from the picture on Forge World's website, found the face to be a little. So,
I pooed my pants.
I mean, to me, it's the same problem I have with Ragnar's face. Is just the cross-eyed barbarian look, And don't get me wrong, I love Ragnar. You guys know, if I'm willing to talk this kind of trash about my own guys, my own wolves, Ragnar, one of the best characters in all of the Space Wolves lore. I just, I mean, they got a little bit of a moon look to them. Damn it, Moon.
Oh, man. You broke him. You broke him.
Oh my god.
No, I do agree that a lot of these heads that they've been coming up with on models have been really just kind of like, come on, guys, you can do better than that.
That's okay. Because I'm gonna get Haval Red Blade. I'm gonna do a head swap, probably with one of those awesome Spellcrow heads, because their heads look awesome. And I've been using them.
I wonder if that head's going to be connected, though. You're probably going to have to do some real hollering out. That Gabriel
That's all right. I got a clipper and a Dremel.
There you go. That's what I did with Angelos. Somebody sent me one, and I had me take the head out of it. So drilled it out. Right, nice.
I mean, it's bad, though, when you got to get to that point where you got to actually do surgery to get the original head off, and put a head from somebody else.
It's one thing if you're converting it, because you want it to be another character. But when you're like, okay, this is going to be the actual character from the game or from the lore or stuff like that, you're like, could you not have made him cooler than this?
Derp, derp.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first here on this live stream. Freak doesn't like having to get head from someone else. So, there's that. Do with whatever you want to with that information.
What just happened?
Saying Freak?
What just happened?
Oh, I was just talking about how you said you don't like having to get head from somewhere else.
I don't know where to go with that.
It's only awkward if you let it be awkward.
It's suddenly awkward.
Head is never awkward. I mean, talking about heads are never awkward.
No, never. Getting head, that depends on... Oh.
It just went to left field.
Now we've lost control of the stream.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. We got to clean this up. We don't want to get demonetized.
Oh, that's
What are y'all drinking? What are y'all drinking?
Lars says you'd rather have helmeted heads anyways. Yeah. You guys know I like to take most of my character heads and replace them with the wolf helmets. Also from Spellcrow, because, again, Spellcrow makes amazing products.
He is not by any way affiliated with Spellcrow.
Space Wolves don't wear helmets. I agree, Mr. Meeks, except for I want all my guys to have the look of the the Wolf Knight helmet. So I like the actual wolf-shaped helmets. And I think I've been a fan of that look ever since the Stargate movie. I don't even remember exactly what the name of the Stargate movie was, but they had like the Anubis heads that would come up.
How's it go again?
So ever since that, that movie, and they had, the different heads of the Egyptian gods and stuff like that, the Anubis one really caught my attention, and I think I really like that look. So that's why I really like all of my Space Wolf guys, where if I can help it, to have those wolf head helms.
We got a friend of the channel, Hellchild, right? He had asked me to print out a couple of actual wolf skulls, which he is using for helmets on some of his guys, and it looks really, really cool. So, I mean, that's another thing that actually turned out really neat.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Pretty impressed with what he did.
Well, you doing the printing actually helps it look good. Okay, Lars said it was Stargate, so I was like, is there any letters or numbers that go with that? But that was the series.
Right, it was the series. Stargate.
Quick question, guys.
What?
This guy here, he's got like kind of a armor plate on his chest, and he's got that red sash I did across it, but he's also got a belt around that armor plate. Should I do that belt red too, or leave it black? I'm gonna highlight up the armor, but
I'm thinking black.
Yeah,
I think the extra red in the middle might be a little too much.
yeah, I was wondering that too. So, thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh, I'd love to let you. Well,
What?
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 You wanted to pleasure me.
What is
All right, so I want this Haval Red Blade to lead me on to another subject that I've been thinking of lately, and especially with the brand Red Mall stuff, I can be just as guilty about this stuff as anyone else. But I mentioned this when the Space Wolf Codex came out, and I'm going to mention it again now that Haval Red Blade is coming out. GW Forge World, I'm sure you're not watching my channel, but if you are, don't give us Space Wolf people any new shiny goodies, because we just ain't gonna be happy. Apparently. Jesus Christ. I mean, you go to any of the Space Wolf mother trucking forums, and they are just sitting there slamming GW every time they give us something nice. They want to slam them, And I get it. Okay, Savaro Red Blade has the derpy face. He's fat bastard. The model looks cool if you take out his head, but yeah, he's fat bastard. There's nobody happy with the model, and everybody is just beating up GW and our Forge World, and I'm just like, guys, the Tartaros armor looks nice. Can't you just be happy for once?
Yeah.
So I almost feel like I apologize for my people. We don't deserve nice things, I think. Just as a mass. There are nice Space Wolf players out there. Mr. Meeks, our brother Rob over at Miniatures Paintbrush. There are nice Space Wolf players out there. But by and large, man, Space Wolf people are some salty ass people. What is wrong with us?
Shall we digress?
Now, I'm going to put in my 2 cents now, because I said this includes me. I'm a little bit of a bitcher too. So I have no problems with Havarl Redblade. He looks awesome. And James Meeks is right. We want Russ. But, James, I have to say, though, as much as I want Russ too, I feel like if they give us Russ, we're still not going to be happy. Space Wolves as a people will continue to bitch and bitch and bitch. It's apparently what we do. I mean, we're dogs of war. We like to bitch. I think there's a correlation somewhere in the name. Anyways.
I'm taking notes.
So my problem, though, is that they put Havarl Redblade in the 30K Codex like a year ago, right? And they didn't give him a model for the longest time. So now you had a character you were forced to proxy as, right? For a year. Now they give him a model. But their argument for not giving us Brand Redmaw is that there is no model. See, you follow me? They said that we don't have a model, so we can't play Brand Redmaw anymore. And they didn't like that people were converting up their own Brand Redmaws or possibly using a third-party site. Even though I've never seen a third-party Brand Redmaw, that's one of their excuses they list. And guys, somebody else is going to have to pick up watching the chat because my other phone just died. Anyways, but yeah, so they went all this time not making a model, still let this character gave him stats in the book, still let people proxy and convert a Havarl Redblade for a year, and then eventually gave him a model. We're getting the backwards of that. We didn't have a model for Brand Redmaw, so they just pulled his ass out of the book. What the hell, Forge World? What the hell? Yeah. Okay, I like what you did with Havarl Redblade. Thank you very much. Now give me my damn Redmaw.
From the neck down.
Give me my damn Redmaw.
Yeah, we'll paint somebody's grandmother.
Hey, I said I was included in this. You didn't have to call me out.
Wow.
Love you, babe.
I love you too.
You're dying tonight. Yeah. Oh, man. Good stuff, bro. So,
I mean, is it just me? Do you guys happen to see other Space Wolf people bitching all the time?
Well, James Meeks just bitched and he said, give us long fangs and black mane.
Well, there you go. Point taken.
And I agree. Black mane is older than dirt. That model needs a big upgrade.
It seems like they released Crom, and actually, so somebody in the 40K page said that the official word is that when they release Crom, he will, and there's a reason why he looks almost exactly like Russ, is because he was supposed to be the new Ragnar model. And apparently at the last minute, they decided to make him a character from one of the old Codex covers, which is how we got Crom Redgaze.
Yeah.
But they, at the same time, released the Space Wolves upgrade pack that had Ragnar's sword and a head that would be suitable for Ragnar, because they also meant for Crom to be a conversion Ragnar.
Oh, okay.
So, but no, I agree. The Ragnar model definitely needs an update. It's cool that, and that's actually why I ordered the Crom from you, because I feel like, it's about time for me to convert up a Ragnar. I might try him in a couple of my Blood Claw lists or something.
Lars, take out all the bite characters and everything is annoying.
Yes, it is. And on top of that, my Iron Priest on Thunderwolf goes with that. I mean, I ended up converting my Iron Priest bolt gun hand and magnetizing on a shield, so that way he can be hammer and shield if I want to run him as a battle leader or something. But yeah, that's crap, taking out our bikes and some of our Thunderwolf options. I guess because so much of last edition was Death Star on bikes and Death Star on Thunderwolves.
Yeah.
They've kind of moved away with that. You guys have noticed the jump pack models are kind of where the scene is at right now. I guarantee you by the time the next edition comes around, they're going to be like, everybody's playing jump packs. Let's go back to bikes. They're probably not going to use that voice. I don't know why I made them sound very retarded.
The same guy that made that model.
Man, that poor Havar Red Blade cannot catch a break.
Nope. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back.
Who did we just get finished with? I read that. What is it? The Word Bearers book. I just got done reading. Horus Heresy.
Oh, the Battle for the Abyss.
Yes.
So
I'm
good.
like, all those characters, and I'm like, man, make a character for them or something, or just because.
That, you know, I don't know if you remember, but when I was reading it before, I came back and asked you about the World Eaters captain. He was so cool in that book.
Oh yeah,
and you're like, I don't even know who that is. And I looked him up, and like, man, he doesn't even really pop up if you Google his name. I was like, oh no, they don't have crap for him.
Meek says Spellcrow, they make awesome jump packs. Yeah, they do. They have some really cool jump packs.
You know, I've got some of their. I ordered from you one time some of their Space Wolf jump packs. I need to do something with those. I've been holding on to them because I don't know if I want to make more veterans out of them. Since I have Combi Melta veterans, I don't know if I want to make some special melee weapon veterans, or if I want to make some Sky Claws. The only problem is that we've got some of the worst. We've got some of the worst jump pack dudes in the game because they've got the lower ballistic skill, and on top of that, they got to charge the nearest model if you don't put a veteran leader with them. You got to put a babysitter with them.
Oh, you smell like outside. Ugh.
Sorry.
That's what my wife says about me.
It's okay.
I'm like outside.
He wanted to come say hi. Say hi. You're not eating any of my stuff, man. Get off.
Hi, Kylo.
Hi, Kylo.
Mr. Kylo Ren.
He is a Sith Lord.
That he is. He's a son of a Sith. That's right.
Yep, son of a Sith.
All right, so let's let that be our next topic. So Freak is he's finished the first book and he's halfway through the second book now. So Freak, what did you think of the first book, my man? Freak is the one that we're excitedly waiting on to join us at the end of this first trilogy here, so we can chat about it.
Why do you want to call me out, man? Why do you want?
No, I was just explaining why I was starting with you.
So, okay, I mean, I really never got the whole universe. You know, when I first started getting into Warhammer, it was, you know, through the video game. I think most guys, that's how they began Dawn of War. And then I got into the game through you. But I never really, you know, got the universe until I started reading, you know, the books. And then the first book really makes you, you know, understand the type of character that Horus was. And you just couldn't help but really like the guy.
You know, I was surprised how much I liked him too.
Yeah. And the thing is, and this is all through the eyes of the main character, Loken. Right?
Gabriel like Loken. One of my favorite characters now ever.
Yeah, exactly. And I told Methos, I want to be able to find, if not maybe proxy somehow, but I wanted to create the Molivar. I want to create those guys, every one of them.
Oh, yeah.
That would be amazing. Have a diorama of just all of them and Horus in the middle. Dude, epic. You know, that would be amazing. So anyway,
you know, I felt the exact same way That's why when I was reading the book, I ordered a Loken and I ordered an Abaddon. I'll have to convert or do something for Torgadon and Aximand.
Yeah, and then
Little Horus.
Neil Horus, yeah.
Little tiny Horus.
Neil Horus. And just understanding, you know, what Loken saw at the Whisperheads, and then how things are starting to, you know, materialize in the second book on False Gods, right? So it's really getting interesting. The part that I'm at right now is, of course, Horus has been spoiler alerts for you guys who haven't read. I'm sure everybody that's listening has read the freaking book. For me, I'm the late bloomer, but anyway, just a spoiler alert here. The area where he was pretty badly wounded, and here you've got Erebus,
yeah,
yeah, who is posing, who's posing as one of Horus's lost sons who was killed, you know, in action, and who's basically coercing him to defy and go against everything of his father, right?
This is the dream, like not the dream, but when he's in his head.
The death scene, yeah. It's the where he's, you know, kind of in twilight, right? And he's seeing all of these banners and all of these statues of the emperor, the god emperor, you know, and it's just unbelievable how the crap that he keeps filling Horus's head with, and Horus slowly but surely starts buying it.
I gained a lot of respect for Magnus in that one too.
Yeah.
Because Magnus tried to stop it. He didn't want it. He tried to coax him back.
Yeah.
And he believed in him. He believed in his brother right up until the last minute.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, the one who I really was impressed with the most was the character of Loken. You know, to the very end, he wanted to find out the truth. He wanted to expose the lie. He's very black and white, no gray. Yeah. I love that about that character. He's just really sensible. And oh man, I fell in love with the series. Really did. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Torgadon is my favorite. Like, I love Loken, but Torgadon is my favorite.
Oh man, he's goofy.
It's like Torgadon's like the comedian, and
right.
Loken's the straight man.
Yeah. Right. Always cracking jokes, you know, during the craziest time, you know.
I call it lethal weaponing, you know.
Yes.
In a life or death situation is still cracking jokes.
Yep. I think yeah. I mean, that's what happens. You go crazy after several centuries of, you know, battle. Something happens to you, you know. So, but yeah, man, I'm really impressed.
That's awesome.
You're awesome.
What is your favorite scene so far?
My favorite scene. Oh man, there was one that I remember. I had called you about it because it actually gave me chills, and I'm trying to remember which one that was.
Is it the scene where Loken is taking his oath of moment?
No.
Oh, I remember you called me about that one.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, it wasn't Loken that was taking his oath. It was Horus taking his oath through Loken. He was kneeling before Loken, humbling and basically accepting that oath, you know, or being bound by that oath, as if he were a normal Astartes. I was like, that is heavy, you know. It's like, dude,
yeah.
I was getting chills because he was reciting the oath, you know. Loken was reciting the oath, and then of course he asked Horus, you know, will you abide by these? Will you? And he goes, I will. Like, oh man, that was like so much weight in those few words, but so impacting.
It's like a father and son moment, but the father's showing the son that I'm just like you.
Yeah. Oh man.
Lars says Erebus seems like the source of it all. He really does. Like he egged a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
He's the a-hole. I want to
he's the mother trucker.
grandmother.
Now Erebus may have been the source of it, but that's not where it came from.
Right.
It came from Lorgar. Lorgar is the head of all that business.
Hmm.
You don't think so? You're farther along than me, so I don't know. I'm only halfway through Mechanicum. I'm sorry, guys. That book's kind of drawing. It's like really slow.
There are parts of it that are slow, but that book is what made me decide I want to have my guys be House Tyrannus.
Oh yeah.
Just because they seem pretty awesome. Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I'm not going to give you anything, but
No, please don't. I'm gonna get caught up. I'm gonna get there eventually. I did download on my Audible. I downloaded the first book of Eisenhorn. I figured like he's one of my favorite characters in the universe. I might as well start reading his books too.
I hear the Eisenhorn books are really good.
Yeah, I have the paperback that's all three of them together. The first three.
Nice.
I've only read like maybe a little bit of it, but now that I'm actually be able to listen to it on Audible, I'll actually get through it. So
same question for you, Richard.
Yeah.
Out of the first two books that Freak is still on, what's your favorite scene?
Oh man, dude, what's not? I mean, it's everything is so just graphic and amazing. I like the Oath of Moment part, like he was talking about, but I also like the one in the what is it, the embarkation deck, where the remembrancer is there, and it just happens to be everything framed. I would love to see like a figure of that, like a scene where it's all those figures put together, doing the Oath of Moment for Garviel.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes too.
Here's another one that kind of sticks out. You guys remember, and I know it sounds barbaric, but it just gives you an impression of the weightedness of the War Master being wounded to the point of death when they re-embarked, coming back from him getting stabbed, right? And the crowds of just people, they just swarmed the area, and here Logan and the rest of the Molinar, the rest of that are holding him up, that are carrying him on a stretcher. These people got in their way, and all they could think about was get out my way, to the point of, I mean, just
smashing and crashing.
Oh, man, yeah. And you kind of you at first it was like, wow, that's kind of barbaric. They just murdered a bunch of people, but then you kind of try to put yourself in their shoes. What were they thinking? The writer did a great job of making you choose between the two sides to make an educated decision of what is right, what is wrong. It
also does a great point of setting the shift in tone. Whereas the Mournevals were pretty honor-bound guys before, all like Loken, to where the whole chapter is becoming a little more grim, a little more barbaric, a little more vulgar.
Yeah.
Right.
Real quick, we got Lars said Eisenhorn and the Ravener books are great. Meek said Eisenhorn is a great book. He can be a dark guy for the good of everyone. Oh yeah. And then Lars says, clear the room with bolters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
Yeah.
First it was fists. Then they were starting to melee people with the butts of their guns, and then finally they just opened up fire. Yep, on their own people.
Dang.
Hardcore.
But what I liked about that book, and like I'm not even finished with False Gods. I'm getting close. but there's so many different facets. There's so many, and I'm saying facets because it's like a diamond. There's so many sections in that are all coming together in this, considering, the remembrances, especially the one who had witnessed, who actually was with Horus when Horus actually fell.
Afraid of Keeler.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, here she's like trying to catch him, of course, not doing a good job. He's a monster. He's tall, but here she's weeping and she's experiencing all this. And then you've got, what is it? Who's a Mercedes? No, it was Tequila. Yeah. Another one who is out in left field, praying to the God Emperor. Just you've got all these different dynamics that are occurring, and here she is trying to coerce everybody to pray to the God Emperor that will heal the War Master. Just, man, it's chaos. It is chaos.
But it kind of makes sense. Darklight Dreamer, what up, my brother?
Literal brother.
Literally, yeah.
I think it's great because, I don't know, and it's one of those things, it's hard to say. Is it providence? Is it coincidence? But she was sure that she was dead when the demon leaped at her.
Right.
And, she prayed to herself, Emperor protect. And then all of a sudden Loken showed up and saved her, and the way they think of Space Marines is that they are, the Emperor's angels. So it only makes sense that she made that correlation. Wait, I called upon the Emperor and I lived.
Right.
So that's funny because that's how it starts, And we know from the fact that we play in the 40K universe and everybody's all God Emperor in the 40K universe.
Right.
It's funny to see that that's such a humble beginning to what we know in the 40K universe.
Right. So I'm really excited to catch on and see what the rest of the book has, man, because it's got a lot. It's just amazing, man. I'm very impressed with it. So
yeah, I'm sad that I waited this long to get into them. Darklight says played through all of Detroit, become human in one sitting, and slept for like 10 hours straight.
Wow, that's awesome. Did you get the best ending, Razzie?
Badly. Ordered pizza, cleaning a little, gonna play some Destiny 2. How's the hangout going? What I miss?
Nice. Well, we missed you.
We talked about one of the new models GW put out. We did a little Christmas update, a little hobby update. We got a little salty for a second there because Space Wolf players can't have nice things. But overall,
talked about things Al's not comfortable with in the bedroom.
Why?
Also, we talked about how Al likes to
paint people's
grandmothers like little French girls.
Yes.
Are y'all caught up?
As in the Titanic scene, paint me like one of your French girls.
See, this is going to get back to my wife. Yeah, I'm gonna I'll probably be in traction for a month.
And we talked about Fat Bastard.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Get in my belly.
Raz, did you get the best ending on Detroit, my man? Did you save everybody?
He says, very nice. Everyone has their things, I suppose.
Yes, we do, Razzie. Yes, we do.
Hey, he don't judge. He does not judge. You know what they say, love is love.
Who's they?
Anyways. All right, so I'm really stoked. I'm up to about book 20, right? I'm reading the Primarchs. And I'm just real I've loved all the Primarch stories so far in the Primarchs, except I'm really, really, really struggling with the Alpha Legion right now.
Uh-oh.
Just listening to all of their intrigue and plots, and I'm just like, I'm done with this. Can I move on to the next Primarch yet?
I got, and what was the last one? The Legion. Everybody said it was so good. It took me a minute to really get into that, but once I did, I was like, whoa. Cool.
I liked parts of that book, and it was like all of the non-Alpha Legion parts of that book, to be honest. Like I liked John Grammaticus. I liked the two soldier guys.
Yeah, Bronzy and whoever, I can't remember the other one.
They seem awesome. But as far as the Alpha Legion stuff and the plots within plots and schemes within schemes, and I'm just like,
wait until Freak gets there and we can talk about it, because there's a lot I want to discuss from that book, though, as far as like lore and where we're at now in the universe.
I will take
because of that.
Yeah, I'm trucking along there. So.
I see we got James Meek says that's why we call him Freak. Darklight says, I got a very good ending. I got a couple of minor side characters killed, but all of the important characters are alive.
Oh, well, that's good, dude. That's good.
Oh, since he's watching this, hey, Raz, I got the new Asus mixed reality VR system, man. It's really cool. Ever since I've been watching your Let's Plays, your VR Let's Plays, man, I've been always wanting one. So it's your fault, bro. Love it.
His VR has really made me want a PSVR so bad.
Man.
I keep telling my wife, babe, I want a PSVR. Babe, I want a PSVR. Babe, I want a PSVR.
Well, you know,
see if you can make it to the end of Legion. That's Lars said that. Okay. I liked Legion once I got into it. I really did. Like I didn't want to stop listening to it.
The ending was pretty cool. I've just never had patience for political intrigue stuff, though. So like I like the movie, but after the second time watching it, the third time on, I just want to skip to the action parts and skip over the political parts, because the political parts bored me at the time.
Yeah.
And I know that's not very adult of me to be like, oh, the political stuff is so boring. But you know what? The political stuff is so boring.
All right. So
my lesson of adult, probably.
All right. This is what I got so far. I know you can't see it too well, but
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'll send better pictures, but thus far, yeah, I mean, still got to have a lot of wash and all that crap. So, and the
looking good.
Darklight says, "Awesome. Tell me your thoughts on the VR. Know that you've experienced it yourself. Now that you've experienced it yourself."
Oh my God. Okay, so since this is through the computer, this is through Steam, I downloaded a couple of games. The one that's probably and I didn't get into the main reason I wanted to get it for was Bridge Crew Live, or Bridge Crew, the Star Trek Bridge Crew, because I love Star Trek. And I've been playing the non-VR version, and it's been just fantastic. But I'm still working on trying to get that to work. But I downloaded this one game called The Waltz of the Wizard, and the moment I put the headset on, right, put the headphones on, and I had my controllers, so submersive. There was a part that I actually kind of went through this like a crack in time or warps, whatever, and I wound up in this courtyard at night, and I see a bunch of like weapons. Like, what would I need these for? So I just grab it. The moment I grabbed a sword, I hear some guy running at me, and I look, and there's this guy in armor charging me, and I'm freaking out, like, oh my God. So after I finished peeing myself, I swung at the guy, and killed it. I was like, yeah. while I sloshed around in my piss, you know. So
Did he give you time to finish peeing, or did you spray him?
no, I finished it off after I killed him. Just pee on his head.
James Meek says, "Nice yellow. I hate yellow. It's like painting white."
And that's the reason why I chose it, because that's one of the reasons why I chose Imperial Fist to begin with. Everybody I heard would say, you know, well, it's one of the most difficult colors to master and to paint. And me, being me, first of all, I love a good yellow. Yellow's not my favorite color. I'm going to be honest. My favorite color is blue or royal purple. Okay. But yellow and black, or a well-painted yellow, definitely looks amazing. And so I looked at it and said, you know what? Challenge accepted. So this is going on my 3rd year now, Methos. 3 years now since we started this.
Yeah, we're about 2.5 now. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. God. Okay. Since I really started the hobby, and oh man, I'm loving it. Like, for example, here these it's going to be hard to kind of see these, but I love how these turned out. You can kind of see, almost has like a tobacco fade. Again, it is kind of difficult, but you can kind of slightly see the fade on the paint.
He'll put up some pictures in the Legion's.
Yeah, I'll put them up on there once I get it done. But oh man, I'm really enjoying putting these Jokers together, and I think once it's put together, and once it's just gonna be my best work yet, I think, hopefully. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
All right. Speaking of things that you're proud about, the last topic I have that I want to finish up the show with is notable accomplishments from what we've done in 2018. You know, some projects or techniques or effects, anything related to the hobby that you are proud of this year. Because we're about to close out the year, and this is a good time of year to look back and what did I accomplish this year, you know? So...
Well, I guess I can go with that. I put a couple of things out on my board. My board's empty. I've had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of life events that had occurred throughout the year, but I did put some things that I wanted to accomplish. Number one was my Predator. I got that up and painted.
Man, people love the pictures of that. That thing looks good. That purple glow really just between your yellow shading and your purple glow. I mean, that one had a lot of fans.
Yeah, it looked good. I think I could have done better. I'm looking at my at the night, how it's coming along, and I definitely could have done better. You know, isn't it how it works, right? You know,
you're always going to do that.
It's crazy. You see your past work and what
I'm
you're
going to
doing
beat you up. If I could paint half of what you paid, man.
Whatever.
Like
that Predator looks great.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like I just painted this. Man, I could have done better. You know,
We got Dark Light Dreamer says, sounds awesome. It's really difficult to convey the immersion of VR without truly experiencing it yourself. Videos just don't do it justice.
It really doesn't.
And then James Meek says, okay, so is it easier throw an airbrush? Is it easier to throw an airbrush? Through an airbrush?
Yes.
God, is painting yellow easier through an airbrush?
Yes, absolutely.
Heavens, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Like, for example, like the canopy itself. God, that freaking light there. I think you can see it a little better there. Okay. So the canopy itself. First thing I did was I primed it. I primed it gray. Then after priming it gray, I took dead white, and I actually created hotspots, or basically the whitest area where I felt was going to be the highest reflections, right? You can kind of see that. Then I came back and I did the backwards zenithal effect. I went and painted it orange, or yellow rather. Then I came back with Where is it at? Game Color Smoky Ink, right? And darn the light, I went and I actually created my shading, right? There's no way that I could accomplish that, at least not me personally. I've seen some guys that some beautiful work. I'm actually following one guy on Instagram that just does amazing work. It looks like it's airbrushed, but everything he does is hand painted. But I don't think I can do that personally. With my Iowata, man, I can do this. I feel comfortable with this. Of course, I have to hand paint everything else, you know, but yeah.
See, I can't even do what you do there. I have to start with the dark color and build up to the light, because if I go back in with the dark color, I just don't have the brush control like you. So I'm going to overspray, and then it's harder to correct cleaning up that darker color with a lighter color.
It's a challenge, yeah. But okay, now first of all, let me just kind of stop you there. From where you were to where you are now on your airbrush skill, shut up.
No, dude, I'm learning a new airbrush right now, so I don't have that control anymore.
No, but you're going to get that.
I'm struggling with the Badger right now.
Yeah, but again, it's a learning curve, and once you get that, it's just like riding a bike. You're going to right back to it. So the point is, you have the concept, you know the concept, you've done it. I've seen your work. Gorgeous transitions, beautiful work. You're doing it, and you know, and a lot of people don't realize it. That kind of skill does take a while to get. I don't feel like I've mastered it. You know, there's a lot that I can learn. Richard is a badass when it comes to airbrushing. You know,
oh yeah,
I'm not a badass. I'm badass.
I know you're a badass.
You're a badass, yeah.
And the fact that you were able to paint in that entire incredible Hulk up with apple barrels in your airbrush and make it look as smooth as if somebody broke out P3 paints.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm telling you. So to answer your question, James, it's for me personally, it's definitely easier to blow it through the airbrush. Like for example, here is the lower section of. Right, so I actually was able to get the yellow only without catching the rest. But what I did was I shaded underneath, highlighted from the top. So top down looks like there's and it's not the lighting; it's just the actual paint. It's brighter top down, darker bottom up. So that's kind of the technique that I've used. I could not do that.
It would
just take me forever.
Stuff that way you do that technique. It's really cool.
Thanks, man.
He says, "Wow, that's awesome! I learned how to thin my paint." Well,
yeah, thinning paints is a big thing. I get it. I mean, I still have to do that even
in airbrush. Yeah.
Well, not just airbrush, hand painting. Like for example. All this here has to be hand painted. I don't airbrush that. The detail, devil's in the detail, right? You know, stuff like that. You know,
I don't think I've ever fully, like, completely 100%, besides the Hulk, airbrushed a Games Workshop model. Because I've tried, but no matter what, I still have to go back and touch up a couple of spots. You know,
yeah.
Kind of get, especially like if the night, take the night you're doing. If I did the carapace like that. I would, and then I sprayed the metallic on the front. I would go back and have to touch up the carapace again.
Right. Okay.
Gets that tiny amount of overspray is just enough to be blah.
Right. Like for example, the aggressors that I just finished painting. Right. Here are some of the models I just finished. Just
Hellchild says airbrush class in April, freak.
Oh, really? Sweet.
Hey, coming down there to see y'all.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, here's one of these guys. So basically, the aggressors that I painted, you guys, you've seen the pictures. The only thing I used the airbrush on that was just to get the base paint, the base colors on, about prime base, the shading from top or bottom up, and then the highlights top down. Of course, everything else was all by hand, and that's the thing that took me the longest is going in there and just painstakingly get the gold on, get the metallics on, get the eye, you know, the lenses, every little detail You know, and I mean that's people think it's what people don't understand. A lot of people understand when we say, yeah, we airbrush our models. We don't just exclusively airbrush. For me, it's impossible. It's just part of the process.
I mean, like right now, I'm doing these Death Corps, and the only thing that's really airbrushed is the yellow on the jacket.
Right.
My jackets are the only thing that I airbrush on this guy. Everything else I hand paint. Which
Right.
I'm doing right now, getting mad at myself here and there. Be still.
Be still. Yeah. So again, it's just a process. It's not the end result, right? It's part of the process. So
yeah. your improvement with your airbrush is a notable 2018 accomplishment. Your Predator is one of the favorite things you've painted this year, right?
Yeah. What was the other thing that I had that was on my list? You actually have a better memory. You actually watched the video. Go figure.
I would like to put your flames on the list, dude. The fact that you learned how to do flame effects, that was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, those are dope.
Okay, so that actually, I surprised myself with that. I wasn't expecting to do that. The client and I had talked, and I got to learn a little bit about salamanders, and he goes, yeah. Well, I started seeing some pictures of salamanders, in flames and all that stuff. I'm like, I had learned to make flames on a large scale, but I wasn't sure how well I would how I would do on a small scale like those drop pods. And so I went ahead and I said, what the hell? YOLO, man. I mean, it's either going to come out great, it's going to suck. And surprisingly, it came out pretty decent. He likes them, so that's what matters.
Yeah, they look amazing.
Thanks, man.
So what do you think? What else do you think turned out amazingly this year? What is your finest piece of work this year?
Honestly, those aggressors. The salamander aggressors that I painted from the commission.
They're even better than your fist aggressors.
I don't want to go that far. I like. Well, okay, they're pretty comparable because I put them on the lava bases, but I just love. Oh man, I'm in love with my aggressors, man. They just look great. I love how they turned out. Aside from that, I mean, I like how the drop pods came out, but I wouldn't say that would be my greatest. So far, I think, like I said, those aggressors were probably my best work yet.
Awesome.
Yep.
I think, too, there's some of your best work yet, too. I was really, really just blown away. Plus, those pictures you took, just made it look so dynamic.
Thanks, man.
Richard, my man, what are some of your 28 accomplishments? 2018, 28.
Stuff? I actually finished
anything hobby related, yeah.
That's what I was saying. I actually finished models. I actually got models done.
You have been a busy bee this year, sir.
Yeah, I start like 5 different models and I never finish them. Next year, my goal, I'm going to finish my Warlord. It's going to be done. I'm going to finish.
That's cool.
I'm going to be working on panels left and right to get it done.
You got a cool project you're working on for the Warlord too, right?
Which one? What do you mean?
The scaffolding cabinet you're building?
Oh, yeah. That's kind of on hold right now. It's kind of full of other things, but it is. I kind of want to get the model finished first and then actually start going back in and setting that up. It's an old dresser, like a 4 drawer dresser, and I'm turning it into like an AdMech Mechanicum hangar bay. And that's where I'm going to kind of do a display for the Warlord in there. So, but yeah, I think just getting more hobby in this year too, being able to turn around and get it down and actually enjoy it again. That's a big thing this year. Probably one of my biggest things.
Yeah, I mean, you really returned to the hobby fiercely this year, and I know part of it's because you've been helping me out all year cranking models out, and you've had a lot of commissions too, not just me, but you've had quite a few commissions this year.
Well, that's another one too. Finishing those commissions off, that was another happiness for me. Getting
Yep.
through a couple
You've
of ones.
done some.
The Eldar commission was really fun.
Eldark was Thousand Suns was huge.
Yep.
Any work you would say is your 2018 best ever? Your masterpiece from 2018?
Oh yeah, but if I have to pick, I keep going, and it's the dumbest thing ever. It's like I just love. Yeah, I wanted to learn weathering and getting damaged models. You know, I wanted to learn how to do that really well. And when I started this Death Corps thing,
The Sentinel?
The Sentinel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may have pictures of it up on what do we call it? But it looks beat to hell, man.
Oh, it looks good.
So pretty.
It looks really good, man. I'm laughing because this video that it just reminds me of how to win the Golden Demon.
Oh. You could drop your model in acetone. It'll give it a weathered look that will convince the judges that you spent months weathering it.
It's just good stuff, man.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, I apologize for my keeping up with the comment section here. I'm lacking over here. For the Czar says, yes, your flames on the salamanders were awesome. Darklight Dreamer,
nice.
Freak Richard, you should definitely put play destroyed to become. You should definitely put play destroyed, become human on your list of things for next year. It's not only an absolutely incredible game that you can finish in 8 to 10 hours, but in my opinion, it is a very important game. There's Detroit Becoming Human. You have to check it out then.
Detroit Become Human is phenomenal.
That's cool. I actually want to do a jump scare VR one. I've been seeing, especially the ones he's done. I'm not sure which would you recommend, but I love those.
Home Sweet Home.
Yeah, is that the one? The Thai one? Is that the Thai one?
That's the Thai one. Yeah.
Yes,
They have a VR for it.
I'm gotta get that. Oh my God.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, man.
No.
So
Detroit Become Human is a really awesome game about the future and AI. They have little personal computer assistants, androids that help people, persocoms as they're called in anime. And some of these androids gain sentience, They start developing human emotion. And it's about the cross of the line between, machine and having a soul,
Oh,
and
wow.
how people deal with it. Yeah.
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, and it's the whole thing. They really compare androids to slavery, and really makes them. It's just really artistically well done. It's emotionally invoking. It's pretty awesome. So,
You're pretty awesome.
Oh,
got him.
he said Home Sweet Home VR, also Resident Evil 7 VR.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Is
That's
that on
pretty good.
Steam? Is that on Steam, Raz? The Home Sweet Home one?
I bet it is.
I hope it is.
I think he played it on PC first, so I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, it's about accepting people for their differences.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a good point, Razzie.
Mm-hmm. I miss Raz.
My notable accomplishments this year, I want to say painting an entire AdMech army. I painted about 1,700 points so far this year, and that's something I'm really proud of. And that my AdMech army has the most, airbrush work so far, and I think so far I've really learned a lot about shading and highlighting, and just using my airbrush to make that pop that I want. And so that is like 2 goals in one right there. The fact that I painted a whole 1,700 point army this year, and the use of my airbrush and really getting comfortable with some of these more advanced skills, like the highlighting from the bottom up on vehicles and stuff like that. And just the thing that always scared me, knowing where to put the highlights with the airbrush. Where do I shoot this thing? Giggity. That part has always frustrated me because out of confusion, and I feel like I've made some real steps in that direction this year. And some things like my AdMech, the highlights are looking great. My night up there, when you guys will see pictures of it, it's got the darker around the edges, brighter blue spots in the middle. It's got that whole kind of transition going on. It's probably some of my best example of highlights and transitions. The heat bloom effects on my night are some of my best I've done. Again, I have terrible lighting here. You're not going to be able to see this as well as I would like you to. But I started messing around with heat bloom this year, you know, and on my night, the heat bloom has just really come out vibrantly. There, my thermal cannon, you know, it's pretty, I'm just really pleased with the way all this airbrushing has come about. You can actually see I've used about 5 different colors there, you know, and I wouldn't, sure I could do that with a brush, but it just, for my skill set, would not come out as smooth as a transition as doing it with the airbrush. So I'm just really pleased with my whole advancing in that skill set this year. Because I had an airbrush for about a year before that, and, you know, or more than a year before that. And for the whole first year of having the airbrush, you know, I treated it like a Viper, you know, like I would use it when the evil was necessary, but I didn't want to deal with it if I didn't have to. It's helped me improve my wolves this year. You know, my wolves, you know, they were all monochromatic, you know, just black with a little bit of dry brush. But now I've went back and started redoing my wolves, from my Fenrisian wolves to my Thunder wolves. You know, I start with a mid-tone. I do the darker colors along the tops, and just like, you know, most wolves, actually, you know, some lighter colors around the paws, around the belly. You know, something I wouldn't have been able to do before. And I think my wolves look way better for it. So, again, advancing my skill set with the airbrush has been a real boon. And also experimenting with water effects this year. So I started with a lot of water effects. To this, you know, I love my Venerable Dreadnought, but its water effects are kind of rough and ready. It is definitely my novice attempt. Then just experimenting around with different products, different effects. I tried a rough seas water effect here on my Leviathan Dreadnought. And you can definitely see waves there and stuff like that. And I thought it was a pretty cool rough seas kind of effect. And then I think my favorite here, after building up a little of experience, is my Wolf Lord's water effect. And I think the little frozen river there, just once I add the snow, is just really going to pop and look good.
I really like your bases, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude.
I have to agree with you. Your skill with the airbrush, once you finally decided you were just not going to be afraid of it anymore, has just blown up. And I've been so impressed with how quickly you just took to it, man. I mean, you're crushing it, and your work is showing it. So my hat's off to you, my man.
Thank you, dude. So
and the only way to go up is up. You're just gonna get better and better every year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have to agree. There's only one way to get better. You know, can't slide back. Can't put it off. Can't let my skills slack. You know, I think just push forward. I think my knight is my one piece. That is my most notable accomplished piece this year. Even though I'm still need to finish the basing for it to be done. It'll be done sometime.
Yeah.
Sometime this weekend, I'm going to pick up maybe some hot orange.
Although I'm going to encourage you to watch more from our favorite, one of my favorite YouTubers, Buy Painted.
I knew you were going to say that. Dude, I'm not going to say bad things. Dude is a brilliant painter. Okay, I have nothing against his skill level. The dude is phenomenal. He is a Bob Ross type level painter, you know, except no one can be as good as Bob Ross. But if somebody could, he would definitely be on that level.
Yeah.
I just can't watch him, dude. I cannot watch him. Okay. I already have something I listen to at night. I listen to Echoes of Nature, Thunderstorms. Okay, but I could also easily put up Buy Painted.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, go check him out. It's Buy Painted, and he does a lot of great tutorials. I've learned to paint because of him. You know, especially airbrushing.
Phenomenal painter, incredible,
and he does a great job showing you what he does. And that's how I started my airbrushing. I can sit there and watch him, and I'm great, but he's got a very monotone voice, and it puts Mythos to sleep. It's like, hello and welcome to Pipe Painted. Today,
it might just be me. He might be my narcoleptic trigger.
We got some more. For the Czar says, love the purple, fantastic effects. Hellworks by Hellchild says, you three are the reason I got an airbrush. Darklight Dreamer says, question, what are your most anticipated things, or what are you most excited about hobby-wise? Warhammer games, whatever, for 2019.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Mine are the possibility of a Primarch coming back, a loyal Primarch.
Right.
There are rumors that they're going to release a third Chaos one before they give us another loyal one.
That's bullshit.
Which 3-1 is going to be BS.
Yep.
I hope that is just a rumor meant to piss me off.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping for a Primarch to come back. I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm hoping for Roos to come back. I want my Red Maw back. But something that is for sure coming back, Sisters of Battle are coming back next year.
Yeah,
and I am pumped for that.
Yeah.
That is my most anticipated thing so far for 2019 is I want to play some Sisters of Battle. I've already picked out what order, what paint scheme, and I have already got 3 armies, and none of them are traditional colors. So I think my Order of the Bloody Rose, I think I'm actually going to paint traditional colors. They will be like the Codex says that their colors are supposed to be.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm going to be looking to start working on my wolf, on my special. Yeah, my Space Wolves. That's what I'm going to be working on this year. That's going to be my main focus. Yeah, I'll have some other commission and do my own work too, but for the Fist. But I'm going to be working on my wolves. So can't wait.
Lars says, "Me too." I'm thinking it's about the sisters.
Yeah,
or it could be on the Primarchs too.
Yep, Lars is a phenomenal Sisters player. He can play Sisters out of the Codex and go to toe-to-toe with anyone from our friendly local. He is awesome. And he kicks my butt with those Sisters so much because, I just try and rush for the melee kill. And he starts pulling out those Seraphims with double Inferno pistols and just melts my ass up.
He kicks butt with greenskins. I don't know how he does it.
Well, I mean, now greenskins are really good. So that used to be, a very, very wow, he's amazing. But greenskins are really good now.
Yeah.
Not that ours isn't amazing, but it's just they're higher tier armor now.
Yeah, that just makes them more dangerous.
He's a threat. Lars is a threat for sure.
Yes, indeed.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
He says, my sisters aren't a traditional scheme, so they can be whatever.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I love your purple, black, and white ones. I honestly, because they look so clean, I thought they were an existing order for sure. But see, I'm almost tired of I can't do usually tutorials on my channel because I have 3 armies that are non-traditional colors. I always have people questioning me like, are your wolves chaos? Because they're all black. No, they're not chaos. They're just I like this color scheme. Okay, but they look like chaos.
You shut up. You shut your mouth.
They're not chaos. Are they Black Templars? They're space wolves. We just talked about this. But why are they black?
Face is black. Your eyes black.
Or one of my showcase videos, I got a comment that said, nice models, but why are your wolves black? Did you drop them in black paint? I'm like, no, this is intentional.
Wow.
Did you drop them in soot? No, this is intentional, which is fine. No, I know that when I do an alternate scheme, I'm going to get some questions and stuff like that, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with it. It's just funny. But I'm almost going to be thrilled to actually have a Codex colored army for once, a traditional scheme, because I'll have something. So I'll be like, see, this matches the box art. I can do tutorials now. I don't have to field any questions.
Yeah, screw you guys.
There's going to be a certain. Lars says, I haven't been able to play with the new rules for either army yet. Malaga.
Hey,
I was waiting for the stream. And then Lars says, I'd initially thought Ebon Chalice, but Bloody Rose would be good. Bloody Rose colors would be very striking. Alaga says, they look like Chaos Mythos. Use bronze and you'll solve it. Darklight Dreamer says, heroes wear black.
Yep, that used to be the Batman tagline from Toonami. Good guys wear black. I love the old Fox Batman animated series.
Oh man, so do I.
They're not Fox, Warner Brothers. That was pretty epic.
He says Malaga says it's 5 a.m. in the morning. I just woke up for you boys.
Oh man, that is truly humbling, and we are so honored. And now we have to find something else to talk about, guys, because that was my last topic. But we can't hang up.
So I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say this real quick. Bienvenidos, hermanos de España. That's it.
Goes double for me. Whatever he said, that goes double for me.
Hellchild says, you think it's going to be that way, Mythos, but we know someone will ask those questions. Malaga says, first of all, Merry Christmas and to all of you. Talk about the new minis.
So, yeah, we definitely talked about it. Actually, so Freak and I agree. We love the model for Huggable Red Blade a lot. New Space Wolf model. We think it looks great. As far as everything from the neck down, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Right? We love the Tartaros armor. We love the heavy bolter. The frost axe looks amazing.
The pose.
We love the shoulder, and the fur pelt, the giant fur pelt on the shoulders. I mean, it all looks great. It's just, I don't know if you've seen the comedy from Austin Powers, Malaga, but there's a character in the second movie named Fat Bastard, and he looks like a fat bastard. That impression was amazing. Freak, do it again.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's such a derpy looking face. And we were talking about how we think that some of us think that some of the previous Forge World heads have come out looking a little derpy too. Like, again, I love Gabriel Angelos. I think the model looks amazing. And the face, some people feel looks a little derpy.
Who's some people, Mythos?
No, that
Hellchild says the new meatloaf-headed wolf.
I would do anything for love.
Richard seems to love Brother Amon's head from the Thousand Suns. Someone here in the Frost and Fists believes that Amon's head maybe doesn't look the best. And Freak, I don't mean to throw digs at your boy, but some people have called the new Dorn face the face of constipation.
It is. I don't know why. It's just,
that's concentration.
Okay, have y'all seen Brian Regan? Okay, okay. Brian Regan is a crazy comedian, right? And he makes this one face, and it's that. I mean, that's what it is. His whole head just got. I mean, what the hell is that? Are you waiting for the bus and you got to poop?
I think now. See, I actually like Dorn's face. I think it's a good face of defiance. It looks like he's standing in the wind, because it's got the squint going on, and his hair looks a little spiky. It looks like he's in the wind. No. I kind of like the look on his face.
No.
Plus, you got the cape doing its thing.
Okay.
I kind of like the look on Dorn's face, but it does. The fact that you don't does feed into what we're talking about. Like, they've been releasing some amazing models lately, but some of the faces maybe. I've been liking some of the GW plastic faces a little better, personally. Yeah. On that same vein here, I'm going to go ahead and say an unpopular opinion because it gets talked about so much while we're talking about it. Here's a confession, Frosted Fist confession.
Oh, God.
I like the model for Constantine Valdor. Unpopular opinion, I know, but...
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
Everybody hates that model. Everybody. But, most especially Custodes players, which is what's crazy. But I think that's kind of like when we talked about Huggable Red Blade. You can't give Space Wolf players anything nice because they're all going to bitch. starting to feel that way about custodian players.
It's just he's got so much going on. Like I can't even see his face because he's got so much on him.
But in the lore, you know, the higher their rank is, the more ornate their armor is supposed to be. He's supposed to have a lot going on.
Well, it's time to stop peacocking, people, and tone it down.
Yeah.
But that's what dude, you're talking about an army whose entire faction envelops every single warrior in bright ass gold armor.
This looks like a pimp.
Yeah, they're going to be peacocks.
He looks like a pimp. Where's my money?
Oh yeah, where are we at here? We got for the Czar, yes, and very happy, and a very happy and prosperous new year. Hellchild, the new meatloaf-headed wolf. We said that. Czar, hey Mythos, what about your 30k space wolves? Malaga, Mythos, I'm going to start painting my space wolves in January. Hellchild, the look on Dorn's face is like, did I flush? It changed Meek's laughs.
All right, so the answer to the 30k space wolves is the 30k space wolves were one of my New Year's resolutions at the beginning of this year, and I did not follow through with it because I debated on doing 30k, 40k for a long time, and what I eventually ended up deciding is that after trying to go back and forth several games, playing 7th edition and 8th edition, I can't keep the rules straight. So I don't think I personally am going to be apt enough at this game to be able to play both versions of the game. So I've decided to just focus on 8th edition. And I know there are a lot of heresy players out there that, you know, that really love what they do and they love the game, and I'm all about it. I think that's great, and I think I really could have liked 30k. But at this point, I don't think I'm capable of keeping both sets of rules straight.
That's not to say that we're not going to try down the line. I'm just.
I may come back to the idea of doing my 30k wolves. It's just you won't see any updates on that in the near future unless, as a channel, we decide. And that was the other thing, is that I don't have any of my regular opponents here in the area that we play for 40k.
Right.
Most of them have no interest in going in 30k. So I would be not only transitioning new rule sets, but looking for new people to play.
Right.
Now, if later on Freak and I as a channel decide we want to bring 30k to the channel and do it together, and we're willing to invest in that, you know, then that might be something that comes about.
Here's the thing: don't scratch it, because I've been in these 30k books, those Horus Heresy books. I'm really getting into them, so it probably won't take me a whole lot to get into it. So.
Yeah, those books do help you want to play it, man.
Yeah,
really do.
Yeah. The problem with that is that I read these books and then I want to do something for every army. I'm like, man, I need some Luna Wolves now. And then I'll read the next book. Man, I need, some Blood Angels now. Man, okay, no, I don't want any Emperor's Children. But man, I want some Ultramarines. I really do want some Ultramarines, though. Like, for real. Not for play.
Lupercal.
So, guys, I'm down to 5% battery power now, so this might be a good point for us to call it a night. I hate that we're ending it right after Malaga wakes up, but my battery is literally dying right now.
Yeah, mine is too.
Now I'm down to 4%.
No problem. All right, Mythos, do your deal, bro.
All right, guys, we have really appreciated chatting with all of you guys in the comments section tonight. And if you're watching us in the archives, thank you so much for watching along. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, drop us some comments down below. Let us know what you thought. If you guys are not yet subscribed to The Nerd Life or our channel, then we would love to have you as part of this great, big, loving pack. Give you a big bro hug here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys.
Stay
frosty.
frosty.